Hi Lou, Daphne here. I'm so glad you found the corrections helpful. That's really sweet of you to say that. And really good luck with your nursing and IELTS. I think it's ridiculous to have to do this awful hard work as well. So let's help you. Okay. Shoe sales. So we've got a bar chart, bar graph. What I would do immediately when you do this, you're doing it really well, but make sure you compare, okay? Because rather than giving me all the black and all the brown, the way to get a high score here is to look at it slightly differently. Take a pencil and go, wow, that's a big difference. Yeah, look at all the things that are different. So that's a big contrast there. They've clearly got the highest overall. They've got quite a lot of black leather between these countries, look quite similar. Brown look quite similar in these kind of countries, or maybe go brown is obviously higher in those. So pick out a few obvious points and almost start with those, and the rest will fall into place. So here we go. The bar graph gives information on total sales in thousands. Lovely. Overall, brown leather shoes sold greater number, sold in greater number, you'd have to say, or a greater number than black. The country with the highest sales in black shoes was Hungary, while in brown was Poland. Good. In Belgium, it's clear that black shoes were preferred, with a stark difference in the sales proportion from its counterpart. Lovely, fantastic. In terms of black, countries like Poland, Italy, and the UK sold the highest. That's fantastic. Whereas the number of brown ones were sold at 10% less. 10% less. Okay, less than for black. You don't need there. Less than for black. In contrast, the difference in sales in these two types of shoes in Belgium varies significantly. Belgians bought 105 black compared to only just around 5 brown, which was the lowest. This is fantastic, the writing. This is amazing. Meanwhile, in regards to brown, Polish, French, and German consumers purchased about double the sales um, compared to black. Okay, France's preference, so it's possessive. France's preference was for uh, France's preference for black was the least among the other countries at about, for sales in Ireland were 10% more than that of Holland. Well, look at you. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. And here I am saying contrasting, and you've contrasted all the way through, which is fantastic. I can't fault that. That's a really, really good answer. Absolutely lovely. You've compared, you've selected, you are a little bit long. I mean, if you're short of time, honestly, 180 is absolutely massive here. Because remember the task one, sorry, has less marks than task two. This has a third of the marks, and task two has 2/3. So definitely, we always say do task two first in the exam, and then do the task one because you can probably do that a bit quicker. Okay, so really put your focus onto getting a high score in this one. But that was excellent, super good. In many countries, traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. This has a negative impact. To what extent do you agree or disagree? The worldwide increase in the preference of fast food restaurants these days has resulted in the disappearance. Now, don't be fooled. Because it says restaurants, you do not have a plural verb. Increase is the subject. The worldwide increase, so singular verb. So this is all this is your subject, basically. But the dominant word in your subject is increase, and so you have to have the singular verb. Has resulted in the disappearance. Now, not always, but has sometimes. So these little words in IELTS are really important. So if you think of sometimes, frequently, often, usually, they're just those sort of subtle words which can really help in this style of writing. I completely agree this development has negative consequences on families, individuals, and communities. Okay, I wouldn't say that because for me that's a little bit too similar to what they're saying here. I know you've paraphrased it. Consequences on many many people in that. So why? okay, in that it has made people, or it has, hang on, increased the levels of obesity and reduced family contact time. Something like that. Go into a few ideas that you might discuss in your essay, okay, rather than just doing this, which is not really giving any extra language. This is introducing some ideas and also giving some lovely language. Good. And you've got your opinion in there. That's lovely. There is ample evidence that fast foods are more preferred than traditional fare. The central reason for this is the change in working patterns. You don't need the because it's plural and general. People today have multiple jobs or work odd hours, thus losing time to cook native foods. Absolutely. Losing time or lacking time would be another one you could have there. Consequently, this has negatively impacted the family as a unit, as fast food is slowly destroying. Now, it's slowly destroying the bond. Fast food is uh, now, I think you need to have the preference. It's not the food isn't doing it, it's the preference for fast food is slowly destroying the bond that keeps close families together, which is often, so another one of those little words again, cooking and sharing traditional meals. Really nice. That's a lovely sentence. You could just say the family unit because otherwise you've got as a and then as coming up. You don't need that. Additionally, consuming poor quality, high cholesterol, fast foods could lead to very not good individuals becoming obese and overweight. Now, instead of which could again, you can, same effect, another bit of nice grammar, resulting, so use an ing instead here, would be lovely, in various health problems, including cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. Right. For example, a recent study demonstrated that 2 in every 5 teenagers who were obese, wow, were due to increased fast food consumption, 30% of adults have developed heart rate disease. Thus, favouring fast food proves, you could even actually go clearly, proves detrimental. Okay, very good, really nice. It's a great example there, fantastic. In fact, that is so good. I'm just going to copy that, use it for another student. That's really nice. That's a perfect example of how to use an example. If you are short of time, you don't need to have quite so much detail in that, but that's very, very good. Apart from this, the drawbacks in society cannot be as stated. Now, I wouldn't go apart from this. I'd go a little bit, you're still making the same point, okay? Moreover, or furthermore, the drawbacks in society. The drawbacks in society. I think I would prefer the detrimental, which is the same as negative, impact on wider society. So that's just not meal times, that's more. So the detrimental impact on wider society, you'd have to say, cannot be overstated. Substituting traditional dishes with fast food could cause culture and tradition breakdown. You'd have to go the breakdown of traditions. The breakdown of tradition in communities. So then you wouldn't need to repeat traditions because you've just said it here. So you can use the pronoun here. These, which is really nice on the coherence, are usually passed on from generation to generation. However, the preference for fast food, especially among young members of society, has made elders feel unappreciated. Wow. For instance, the extensive study found 90% of Filipinos lack knowledge and understanding of their provincial food heritage. You'd have to go younger. Because you're contrasting this really, I assume, with the younger Filipinos. Thus, fast food, I would just get it due to the lack of interest in heritage. I don't think you need that final line. Yeah. It almost feels a bit heavy. So I think you can finish it here due to their lack of interest in heritage. Yeah. For me, that is absolutely like better. This feels a bit like a bit heavy at the end because you've got the similar structure here. In conclusion, it's clear that homegrown delicacies are being replaced by fast foods in this time and age. A complete degree has a large number of drawbacks in all sectors of society. Okay, really, really nice. Negative consequences, absolutely. This large number of, let's health and social drawbacks and implications. You've done a lovely, lovely essay here. Here I'm just putting in health and social because it is going back to the points that you've made earlier. Otherwise, you just put drawbacks, it just feels a bit empty. But Lou, really impressed. I mean, really impressed. This is super good work. Well done, you.